Next, we get to Exhibit G. This is part of my investigation slash experiment where I was keeping Sadia additional time. So the first date in question is November 28th, 2019. Would I be able to keep Didi a little longer today, or did you need her there at 4? How long did you want to keep her? I said 6 or 7. She said okay. So the next date in question, will 4:30 be okay? Yeah, that's fine. That's February 14th. The next date in question is May 8th. Hey, can Dee Dee stay with me for a little while longer? She's already crying, saying she wants to stay with Papa. It's May 8th. The next one would be July 22nd. And we're going back into messages where I was experimenting. So now I'm just showing the additional time that I would keep Sadia. So the next date in question would be July 22nd. What time are you dropping Sadia off? And at 5:16, I don't know if mom would get a text from the aunt saying Sadia hasn't been dropped off yet or whatever the case. So there was a lot of times that I was just, keeping Sadia. I know she was going to be with her aunt. Her mom wasn't going to be there. It wouldn't be a big deal to just keep her. I've already asked her a number of times to keep her late. She agreed with it most times. So, considering she didn't want to go, I would just automatically put it into my schedule that, I'm not going to work at 3:30. I'm going to try to, wait a couple hours, you know, um, after the schedule drop off time and drop her off so that she would be only left with her aunt for about, an hour or 2 hours, depending on what time mom gets home, because there's sometimes she would pick her up at 8, 9 o'clock at night. The next date in question would be August 24th at 5:15. She was flipping out again, but we're on our way. I don't know what more to do. The experiment, the investigation, it did point that something was happening, but I did not know what was happening. I could not figure it out. Even during this time of me doing my investigation, there was a time where Sadia smelt like a woman's private area. And at the time, I wasn't sure why she smelled like that. I was thinking, maybe mom got this smell on her. The only reason I did not text her is because I did not want to get on her bad side again. And, next thing you know, I'm going to jail for next to nothing. In the past, when, I did go to jail and I did get these PFA violations, I lost everything. All of my credit cards went into default. My car was towed. I lost my job. I was in college at the time. All of my school loans went into default. So at this point, I'm traumatized. I'm terrified to even say anything or even to stand up for myself. So one day I picked Sadia up when I was doing the experiments, picking her up early, dropping her off late. The one day I picked Sadia up and she had this strong smell of a woman's private area. And when I picked her up, the aunt was acting very strange. She took a little while to come to the door. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And when she finally did come to the door, she was just her body language. She wouldn't make eye contact with me. She just looked. I can't even explain it. It was very strange and weird to me. I've always known she had issues, but I never would have thought that she was doing something sexually to my daughter because I thought that they did have a good relationship. And so Sadia was acting very strange that day as well. So when I got her home, to my mom's house, I and I don't remember the exact date, but I know it was around the time when I was picking her up early and dropping her off late. So when I got to my mom's house, I noticed a smell on her, and I said to myself, like, I don't know how long it was before her mom dropped her off, but I started thinking like she just started recently growing hair under her arms, and she was going through puberty at the time. So I said to myself, like, why does my baby smell like this? And I was thinking like maybe mom hugged her and got the smell on her clothes. Maybe mom was doing something sexual, hugged her and got the smell on her clothes. So what I did was I I said, come on, Sadia, you're gonna get a bath. And you know, I said, come on, Sadia. So I said, come on, Sadia. I'm gonna give you a bath, baby girl. And when I started to like get her ready for her bath, I noticed the smell, even though I took the clothes and I threw them, the smell was still coming off of her. And I smelled like, you know, her arm, and it smelled like it just smelled like a woman's private area. And I just didn't put it together. Like I was very confused and disturbed. So I just, you know, I just wanted to stop thinking about it. I just wanted I really wish I would have, you know, put two and two together, but it just my mind just didn't go to a disgusting place. You know, I keep my daughter away from boys. I don't I never thought that I had to worry about her aunt, a female, doing anything to her. So I gave my baby girl a bath, and you know, I gave her a bath, and I just tried to stop thinking about it. I was sick to my stomach. I wasn't sure, you know, even if it was just her going through puberty. This is like, you know, in my head, this is like a big milestone. Like, oh my God, my baby girl is becoming a woman, you know, and she's, you know, she's starting to smell, you know, like have a heavier scent of a woman. You know, it kind of dawned on me that my baby girl's growing up. Now at this time, this was right around her, let me see, 2020, 21, I think right after she turned 6 years old. Um, so, you know, it was like, this is happening really fast. Like, how's my baby girl already going through puberty? You know, I don't know. It was very difficult. I was confused. I really didn't know what to think. So this next exhibit is when it was learned that my daughter was being sexually abused.